Hi sis, you can also lose this much hair if you lose and detangle your hair wrongly. Let me teach you how not to be in this situation. So to detangle your hair, you're definitely going to need a cotton comb or a rat tool comb, anyone that you are most comfortable with. And a white tooth comb, of course. Then you will definitely need a spray bottle. You have to keep that aside. And you're going to be using a slippery conditioner or a moisturizer or an hair oil. I'll be using a coconut oil for this demonstration. Feel free to use any oil of your choice, I mean your favorite oil. So the first thing I'll be doing is to spritz some water on the ends of the hair. This is because the ends are the driest part of the hair, because they are the oldest, so they tend to get increasingly porous over time. So you're going to start by spritzing some water on the ends of the hair. Then you can go ahead and apply the moisturizer. Make sure you apply the moisturizer generously on the ends of your hair, because that is how you are going to prevent breakage. Your hair will become soft and manageable. Then you can now start unraveling your plaits with the cotton comb or a rat tail comb, anyone that you feel more comfortable using. So you want to unravel the braid with the tip of your cotton comb or rat tail comb. So do this carefully, starting at the bottom, and gradually work your way up. Remember, this step can be a bit time consuming and it requires patience to complete, so be patient. And you can also use your finger to loosen your braids if that is what you prefer. So when you get to the base of your hair, you want to make sure that you slowly pull down the hair and you don't damage your hair. So start to use your fingers to detangle immediately. Use the base of your fingers to remove any form of obstruction and knots and tangles. So this is just to make sure that your hair is properly detangled before going ahead, before using the comb, and before stepping into the bathroom to wash your hair. It is actually good to wash your hair on when it is detangled, because once your hair is not properly detangled and you wash your hair that way, you are going to generate more knots and tangles and your hair will be so difficult to deal with. I am applying the moisturizer on the ends again to make sure that the ends is not dry, because that part tends to get dry so fast. The ends of the hair are the oldest part of our hair, so treat the elderly with respect. Comb from the ends of your hair to the roots. Comb from the ends and work your way to the roots. We are going to repeat the same process again. Apply the moisturizer to the ends of your hair and gently loose hole by hole. Let me put it like that. Don't jump holes. Make sure you follow the holes. You understand what I mean? Be careful. Don't jump holes. Braids, weaves, or protective style, whatever you choose to call it, can make life so easy. Once your hair is completely hidden away or once it is resting as a result of the protective style, daily maintenance is less of a chore and it only takes minutes. So, but there will actually be a time when you have to take your plates out, but you need to remove them carefully and slowly to avoid damaging your own hair. It is time consuming depending on how voluminous your hair is, but you have to be patient. Patience is a necessity. So now let me also demonstrate how you can use your hair oil to detangle or unravel your plaits. So spritz some water on the hair, and the idea is not to get the hair soakingly wet, but to make the hair damp and more manageable. You know, water itself gives moisture. So just like we did with the moisturizer, you want to make sure that you richly apply the oil on your ends, on the ends of your hair, and apply it on, you know, on the base of your hair too. So make sure the oil penetrates well into the ends of the hair. Especially make sure you massage the oil into the hair, into the ends of the hair, and then you can start to go bit by bit, as gentle as you can, with the cotton comb, your fingers, or a rat tail comb. Once you get close to the edges, make sure you are extra careful, and as soon as you notice any form of obstruction, just drop your cotton comb and use your fingers to remove the obstruction. Then you can go ahead to add your oil if you notice that if you feel that the hair is not properly moisturized, to keep it protected and more manageable. So make sure you are removing any shedded hair with your fingers gently, because it is normal or natural that the hair sheds. So as long as the shedding is not too much like that like the one you saw at the beginning of the video, then it is okay. Scientifically, we are going to have shedded hair, but it should not be abnormal or excess. So now we are going to practicalize with the slippery conditioner. You can use any conditioner of your choice. I mean the conditioner that can give you adequate sleep. So just like we have been doing, you're just going to use your cotton comb to loosen step by step. Don't jump steps. Then make sure that you finger detangle as you go. You remove obstruction with your fingers. Just what we have been saying since, and it's the same process for everything. The only difference is that when using the conditioner, you might not need to spritz some water over the hair, because the conditioner already has water. And it is the same for the moisturizer. You might not need to spritz some water before using the moisturizer. So but depending on how dry your hair feels, so you'll be able to figure out what your hair needs at that particular time. So now that if you have loosened a bigger chunk of the hair, you want to make sure you detangle with your white tooth comb from the tip to the roots, and then keep that section away with either your sectioning clip or by just twisting the section away. So now we are through, and this section still needs a bit of detangling, because I don't want any problem when she gets to the shower. And look at the little hair that came out. So this is a shedded hair of about 4 weeks, and that is good enough. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.